All right, let's go. The crypto market has been brutally painful as of late. It's kind of like when you see an upside down Mr. Potato Head side by side with Steve Harvey, and then you can't unsee it. But are we finally about to witness signs of the next massive leg up for Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoin market? So while other channels are dishing out the same shit 3 times a day, and their predictions succeed in the same way that Lamar Jackson succeeds when he plays against the Kansas City Chiefs, on this channel we remember to sit up straight. We meticulously try to time everything out just right, and we always deliver to you that top shelf. By the way, great example right there of why you should always think twice before shaking hands. So while half of America has been Google searching this for the past 48 hours, and most probably thought that a cartoon was going to be performing at the Super Bowl, at least we can all agree it's good to see that Joe Biden's press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, is now able to live her best life. And while the road to $10 XRP will no doubt be a bumpy one, the best thing we can all do is to strap in and at least enjoy the ride.
Let's get down to this.
So I'm pretty sure you're going to want to come along for this one, but if you don't, here's the exit you'll take to get to Tim Walls' house. All right, let's talk some financial news. And as we all know, when it comes to crypto investing, very much like lesbian sex, it can be volatile and quite complicated.
The future is bright. The future is incredible. And I think fourth quarter of this year is going to be unbelievable for a host of reasons. So super excited.
How do you think Bitcoin's going to go?
I've always said that I think in time, Bitcoin surpasses $1 million. I think with quantitative easing that we're going to have starting tomorrow when the announcement's made, and all signs point in the right direction, unless this guy's really off his rocker, but then he's going to just get laughed out of this country. But I think starting tomorrow, you're going to see right drops. You see what's happening with M2, which is the money supply around the world, which is skyrocketing right now. Mm-hmm. Fourth quarter has always historically been, the best quarter, generally the best quarter for cryptocurrencies.
We also see this never seen whale buying XRP mania. XRP Ledger poised for $30 billion in real world asset surge. This article goes on to say that XRP whales are unleashing unprecedented buying mania, fueling potential price surges amid the on-chain real-world asset market eclipsing $30 billion. The XRP Ledger witnessed a boom of over 2,200% for tokenized assets in early 2025.
Today, I believe, marks a turning point in the history of American financial markets. For too long, the SEC and the CFTC have operated in parallel lanes, too often in conflict with each other, leaving the American public to bear the costs of duplication, delay, and uncertainty. That era is behind us. We are charting a new course, one that will solidify America's position as the world's financial leader.
And this is something we should all be paying attention to, because even though October has been a historically good month for Bitcoin, October is a myth for XRP. This article says that XRP's historical October performance is actually pretty shitty, with an average return of negative 0.25%, and a median of negative 1.74 since 2013. Despite occasional gains in 2020 and 2023, most Octobers, as in 6 out of 10, ended in losses.
The next step is we've got to get market structure passed. And I've actually never been more bullish on this getting through. We've already seen strong bipartisan support in the House. Now it's being deliberated in the Senate. This has not stopped the banks from coming in and trying to relitigate issues that were already settled in the Genius Act. In particular, they're trying to ban rewards on stablecoins, even though this is already settled into law. And we're making sure that the Senate knows that bailing out the big banks, which are having record profit margins at the expense of the American consumer, is not going to fly. That would be a foolish thing to do politically, because there's 50 million Americans like you who have now used crypto, and they want to make sure that they can actually earn more money with their money. Who'd have thought?
And I thought this was a pretty interesting post on X. As the world's highest IQ record holder and grandmaster of memory, I believe that Bitcoin is the only hope for the future economy. Therefore, I have converted all of my assets into Bitcoin. So you said you had how many of those Bitcoins? And for anyone who's been watching Solana rip higher and higher, you'll definitely want to know about Upexi. Upexi is not just another crypto startup. They're one of the largest public Solana treasury companies, holding over 2 million SOL tokens, and I want to thank them for sponsoring this video. Upexi's business model is as powerful as it is effective. Buy SOL at a discount, stake it for yield, and give shareholders exposure to the fastest blockchain on the market, all through a traditional stock. Upexi is listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange under the ticker symbol UPXI. That means you don't need to mess with wallets, exchanges, or private keys to take advantage of the upside of Solana. Investors get institutional grade exposure, staking yield, and the potential for compounding gains, all wrapped up in a structure that the market already understands. This is about bridging Wall Street and Web3 with Solana at the core. Go check out their website or investors relations page. All the details are available at upexi.com. And as always, do your own research. All right, let's take a look at some of the other top headlines, and we'll start right here with some rare truth talk from Cuck Schumer.
There's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. If we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
Bad Bunny will headline the NFL Super Bowl halftime show. When asked for a comment, President Trump said, "I listen to his music and I can't remember a time where my ear hurt so bad." It's good to see that losing the presidential election hasn't stopped Kamala Harris from being drunk or delusional.
Closest election for President of the United States in the 21st century.
Wow, I know that's right. The Howard grad did that.
And a Howard grad did.
Problem is not that Kamala's campaign was too short, it's that it was too long. That when people actually listened to what she had to say, her polling went down and down and down. I think that if we had a 150-day campaign, we probably would have had 3 additional Republican senators, and Donald Trump would have won by an even bigger landslide, because the more people know about Kamala Harris, the more they realize there's no substance there. I mean, agree or disagree with Barack Obama or Bill Clinton, they actually had substance. They could actually articulate a viewpoint. I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds, and I actually feel like I've gotten dumber in the process, and I have no idea what she actually believes. That's the problem with Kamala Harris, and it's going to continue to be her problem unless she actually learns how to develop a viewpoint, articulate it for the American people. Just say what you actually believe. Don't do this word salad, talking around in circles. It doesn't work, and it's why she didn't win.
What do you think about this new bill that's going to basically eliminate no capital gains tax on home sales to be able to free up the money people who've owned a house for a long time can't afford to pay the capital gains?
Yeah, well, we're looking at that, and it could be a very big positive. I don't think for you, because you make so much money, it doesn't matter. But I think it's going to be a great incentive for a lot of people that really need money.
So between that and Jerome Powell stepping down, that could really boost home sales.
Well, I think if Jerome Powell stepped down, it would be a great thing. I don't know that he's going to, but he should.
2 Arkansas men arrested for taking turns shooting each other while wearing a bulletproof vest after drinking. Because, God forbid, men should be allowed to have hobbies anymore.
You lied about Russia. You lied about Ukraine. Excuse me. Sorry about that. What are you going to do when the deep state can't protect you anymore? Have a nice day.
And here is Shifty Schiff wandering around, wondering when it will be his turn to be indicted. President Trump vows to block all federal funding for Zohran Mamdani's communist promises if he's elected as New York City's mayor. Remember, he needs the money from me as president in order to fulfill all of his fake communist promises. He won't be getting any of it. So what's the point of voting for him? The ideology has failed always for thousands of years. It will fail again, and that's guaranteed.
I want no friggin' part of it. New York, New York.
In sports, the Mets, who had the best record in baseball on June 12th, then displayed a pride flag during the national anthem on June 13th, have missed the playoffs and have now temporarily converted their stadium to recoup some of their losses. And with Halloween just around the corner, it seems like things have definitely changed. I remember not that long ago that the French maid used to be a popular costume, but now the French woman has a bit of a different look. And I've heard that this also works for UK women as well. By next year, I'm sure it'll be available in your country too. So you know I'll be watching and I'll keep you updated with any new information. Personally, I haven't been this excited since that time I was out with friends, about 8 Tylenols deep, watching a big train go by. So in a world where everyone has a role to play, and all I'm doing is simply trying to identify what type of fish this is, at least we can all be thankful for the fact that we don't walk and clap like Simon Cowell. If you have a couple more minutes, you may have missed my last video where we talk about the real date for the next massive XRP price pump. And of course, some more truth talk, not designed to invite hate, but instead to promote thought and question so that maybe we can start to get a clearer look at each other's diversified points of view. Until the next time, be safe.